What's going on, everybody? It's Jay Breezy. I'm back with another video. This video is going to be more off the cuff. I'm not really going to have a script. Usually I make a script for these videos and I try to hit the target points, but I'm just going to talk today. Something that's been on my mind for the past 2 or 3 days or so. And it's this thought of being here, the thought of purpose, right? And I think we all struggle with knowing why we're here. What's the reason God has me here? What's my purpose? What's my reason for living? And it can be tough trying to navigate through all that. At the same time, though, I think that when we talk about our purpose, it can be a lot more simpler than what we try to make it, right? When we think about purpose in our lives, we seem to categorize it as far as like our career. Oh, our purpose must be the thing we're going to do for the rest of our lives, so it must be my career. Or we might attribute it to a ministry, like, oh, I'm meant to be a youth pastor or something in the youth, so I'm going to be doing that with all my free time. I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to say whether that's your purpose or not, but one thing I will definitively say is that we are here to spread the gospel. We are here to tell others about Jesus. I know for sure that's one of our purposes here on earth as Christians. Jesus tells us to spread the gospel to all nations and to make disciples of everyone. So I know for sure if we're not meant to make money, if we're not meant to do anything else, I know that's at least one of our purposes, right? And with that being said, I want to tell you guys a little bit about myself, because in 2020 was a difficult year for me. There were things that I had to overcome. There were things that I had to wrestle with. It was a lot of stuff going on in 2020 that I'm not going to really go into on camera, but let's just say it was a rough year. And if it wasn't for God's grace and God's mercy, I wouldn't be here making these videos. I wouldn't be here being a light to others. I wouldn't be here to tell others about Jesus. Now, God doesn't need to use me specifically to tell others about Jesus, but if things were to go differently in 2020, I wouldn't be here to talk to you guys right now. And I can't say how many times people have come up to me and said, man, I really appreciate your videos. Man, I really appreciate how you break things down. I love how transparent you are. And it's like, man, if it wasn't for God's grace, I wouldn't be here. And so whoever's struggling right now with the idea of like, what's my purpose? Why does God have me here? Let's start by understanding that your testimony is a big reason why God still has you on this earth. Your testimony, how you came from darkness into light, how you were living in sin and how you were doing everything going against God's way and how God brought you into his family. That testimony right there will lead someone to Christ. That testimony that you might have could spark in someone's head to say, man, I'm going to follow this Jesus thing. You never know what your testimony is going to do for people. So for those who feel like, I don't know what my purpose is on earth, let's start with telling people your story. Tell them how you came to know Jesus, and possibly through your story, they can get saved as well. That's basically the whole video, you guys. I just wanted to get on here and just say, man, your purpose, don't try to think too hard about your purpose. We know first and foremost, if anything else, we are to tell people about Jesus. And anything else that comes after that comes after that. But your testimony is one of the reasons why God still has you here on this earth. So tell others your testimony, tell people about Jesus, and I'll catch you guys on the next one, man. Be blessed.